really broken even before this glitch was discovered, so the debug mode is just kind of a nice cherry on top for the rest of the game. But this wall glitch was discovered long before I got a hold of it, but props to whoever discovered the debug mode, because it definitely helped out. Plus you get to do fun stuff like speed up the cutscenes. Slow them down.
Set the coordinates back to our village. Let's go home, everyone.
Well, we are home.
Kira, I'm afraid your Rift Rider must be used to send young Jack here to a place where he will...
For all the hours I spent playing this game as a kid, it's kind of ridiculous to be able to plat it in less than 10 minutes. But if I hadn't fallen off the ledge trying to defeat Metal Core, it would have been a lot faster.
I'll take good care of the child. And don't worry, I'll be back in time for the celebration. Farewell!
Thanks, Samos. Without you...
It's funny, the boy won't remember any of this.
No, I do remember the light.
Your transport is ready, milady.
Thank you, Captain Bruder. Come on. We'll be late for the party at Daxter's new place.
I've got so much work to do. Besides, it's not my thing.
Ten hut! As the new governor of this city, I ordered the commander of the New Crimson Guard to escort me to an official function. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
You can start rebuilding the city tomorrow. Tonight, we get to celebrate with our new friends. Besides, tough guy, I'm dying to see you dance.
Not likely.
Welcome to the Naughty-Otso, the hippest, happiest joint in town. Check out the new decor.
Ooh, what a big trophy.
As if size matters. I bagged that bad boy myself, baby.
Onan says she doesn't know who has a bigger head, him or you.
We must not forget Vin and all the others who sacrificed their lives to defeat this evil and protect the child.
I still can't believe that little boy was me. Better times, huh?
You miss him, huh? You know, the kid grows up to be a handsome hero.
Hey, that's enough for you, lady. I'm cutting you off.
Trust me, she gets real mean when she's like this.
What'd she say?
Something about rubber tubing and certain parts of your mother. You don't want to know.
Ah! A metalhead!
Sid!
Sid! I knew that.
You're okay.
You cherries didn't think some nasty-breathed, giant-sized lizard was gonna keep me from the biggest party in town, did you?
I knew you were too tough for him, big guy.
You saved the city and more, my boy. Metal Core and his menace are history, and somewhere out there, an ancient race has begun again.
I'm just glad to be back home.
Yeah, well, rest up. We've got a lot to do, and so much time to do it in.
Don't say time. The Rift Ring was destroyed, remember?
You know, my mama used to read bedtime stories about Ma when she tucked me in. Give me a nice glass of warm yak cow milk, a little poopsie bear.
Bedtime stories? Warm milk? Poopsie bear? Buddy, you just blew your image.
I've got a feeling we'll meet Mar someday. He may be closer than you think.
You're the designated driver.
Oh, no. I am done with adventure. Besides, you'll tell us before something happens next time, right, Samos? Right, Samos?
You never know what the future may hold.
Wait. You know something, don't you, Feather Breath?
Who, me? No, we're just guessing, right, Samos? Hey, tomorrow, only time will tell.
No, you're gonna tell right now!
Why, you little shot! Why, you?
35!
That's not my beak!
Oh,
That's not my beak!
Watch your
Don't
pet.
touch it!
Future awaits.
Seal off the area. Be advised. Moving to next sector. I've got suspicious activity in this sector. Give up your freedom, and I... This is a no-hover zone!
Yeah, I noticed this with the debug mode with the PS2 version as well. Sometimes it just chooses not to load certain sections based on where you were when you engaged with the camera glitch. So occasionally you'll get this buildup of traffic because the game knows it can't go in there, but it refuses to load it. So you have to use the restart mission glitch, which is present in the vanilla game. It goes sort of like this. So it pretty much puts you back where you were if you completed something big, but occasionally in different parts of the city it'll just move you to a different spot. In this case it just put me right back where I was. But, oh, how long were those mountains there? I don't remember seeing those. The PS2 version of the game. Bet you I can't get to them either. Yep, they just have a facade, of course, behind the wall. So it looks like there's something back there, but there's actually not. There's a good view of the palace right there. Yeah, I spent a lot of time doing this on the PS2 version of the game yesterday. It's pretty fun when you've spent as long playing the game as I have in the original version of the game. Really fun way to explore how they set up all the textures. How lazy they got. Which has been explored in other speedrunning videos, I'm sure. With how, the running joke about Naughty Dog not realizing people can...
And be grateful. Report all wrongdoers. Remember, even your friends
If it works the way it did in my test yesterday, I should be able to make it to the palace and land on solid ground and then just force a reload of the textures. But I don't know if it'll let me do it. Right now I'm over the statue that contains the area for executing the Mars Tomb glitch. The map is actually pretty invaluable on figuring out where you're at when doing this. I don't know if it'll let me stand here. No. See, if his legs crunch in like he's crouching when you're standing over a texture, you can pretty much land there, but if it doesn't crunch his legs, then you will fall through whatever you're standing on. So you kind of have to guess where a lot of these textures are actually based. Sometimes it'll force a reload while you're in the area, sometimes you have to force it yourself. Like this, I'm pretty sure is some of the water effects underneath the palace. I'm not sure though. Not sure what this is. I think this is one of the supports for the palace. Yeah. Oh, what's that over there? There's one of the exits for the city over there. It might be not exactly sure where I'm at right now. That square disappeared. That's what I was coming over to look at, but it disappeared on me. I'm trying to see if I can force it to redraw some of the textures for me. Because I'd really rather not have to fall. Because if I fall as is because the game hasn't loaded in the texture, it'll just send me through the level floor and I'll die. And I'd really rather not have it just put me back where I was, because it's really annoying. I'm not sure what this is either. Don't think it's stable though. No. I might just have to go over to the bridge over there, which I think is the exit entrance to Haven Forest, but yeah, that looks about right actually. Check the map to be sure. Where am I right now? Okay, I can see where I'm at now. Alright. So, hopefully if I land on the bridge, what I can do is, if it won't open the door for me, which is a possibility, I can glitch through the door and then reload from where I'm at, and it should force the game to reload the textures, but it's really difficult to tell at this point. Yeah, okay, so that does load separately, that's interesting. Yeah, I can do a quick tutorial on how I did it, because I'm sure nobody wants to watch all the videos that I did trying to find the actual button combination, but I'll set a link somewhere after this video is done posting from the stream, and I'll put a link in the description on where I actually found the button combination. There's this one site that comes up every time you search for it. It's the one I've been using, so I'll give the guy credit. Hopefully, if I fall here, it'll do the thing, but oh, what's that over there? Hang on. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You'll just keep falling, which is something that I experienced when playing the vanilla version of the game in PS2 years and years ago, where once I was actually just standing idle in the middle of the industrial district in Haven. I believe it was near one of the entrances. It was near the entrance to the sewer, actually. And I was just standing there idling, and I just fell through the floor. Oh, see, there loaded some of the textures. That's interesting. I think this is the palace that I'm under? Where am I? Not sure. Okay. Sometimes you'll get the little debug notices, and it kind of gives you an idea of where you're at. But oh, okay, I see where I'm at now. Right, okay, I got it. So, I'm not exactly sure what the citywide code means. I'm pretty sure that might be like a general textures warning, but you'll see like the city port notification right there. Occasionally it'll give you a little bit of a notice where you're at. Looks like I came full circle.
Due to recent attrition difficulties, this city needs fresh Crimson Guard.
I'm sure we don't, but yeah. Anyway, the camera is still really weird. I don't remember it being opposite like it is here, but I think that's probably a side effect of them choosing to set Jack as the focal point for the camera control, which is why you can move around like you can with the debug, because Jack is essentially the camera for some reason, which is a really weird way to handle the game. But when I first did the glitch in the PS2 version of the game, I actually did it right when I started up the game, so because it hadn't loaded in the mission with Core yet, it didn't want to render like anything else, so I would come across areas of the slums where they just didn't load, like that section back there that you just saw. So I had to actually do the restart glitch and hope that it fixed it, and it did fix it. And after that I found the button combination to select levels within the start menu, so I'll actually go over that really quick. So when you have the start menu up, after you've executed the full debugging mode, you actually press the R1 and the L2 at the same time, And as you can see, that changes the menu options. So the select start will give you basically different checkpoints you can choose from. So you can, it's like the, oh god, what is it called? The level select secret, but you don't have to do any work to actually get it. You don't have to get any of the precursor orbs or anything. You just literally just press 2 buttons and then you have it, but I'm not sure what back does. Ah, it just accesses the menu. Okay, cool. So, and for this version of the port, the start and select buttons are actually on the left and right sides of the touchpads, corresponding to how they are on the original DualShock 2, so just a little tidbit there. But yeah, so you got your secrets menu, which of course all of your secrets are now unlocked. It changes from the actual vanilla secrets menu, which as you can see here is what it looks like. Haven't collected any precursor orbs, so of course I don't have any secrets unlocked. But then you can use these 3 options right here to access the scene player and in its 3 acts, just like the secrets. And then the records tab turns into the kiosk start, which I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it has a limited selection of options, which seem mostly mission-based, just like the start, but for some reason it's only these. I'm wondering if they're supposed to be integral parts of the game, so they just decided to set that up as a better test option. I'm not sure, but after that you get pre-start, which I think has you setting up outside of the mission rather than just starting inside of it. So you can see that all of these, you can play every single mission in the game, which essentially is just selecting, like recycling how the missions tab works in the game. It's just recycling it, which as you can see, since I glitched to go to Plat, it's already marked me as completing all the missions, except for going to the Oracle, which I'm going to attempt to do, but I need the game to actually finish loading what it's gotta load first. So we're gonna skip a little bit and try to, unfortunately there's no way to float faster since this is essentially just using the camera controls. So there's no like warp glitching or anything like that like I think you could do in the Crash Bandicoot games, but this one is a whole different breed on its own. I think it would be interesting to see if Ratchet & Clank has these same debugging mode controls, because I think somebody found a debugging mode for Ratchet & Clank, I'm not sure. But it would still be interesting to see if it works. I think I have the first Ratchet & Clank on my account, so I might check that. But yeah, there's certain parts of this map where they just gave up on textures, and it's very apparent when you go higher than what you should be able to see. Like, like this, there's nothing back here. They put just enough to put down the foundations for the textures and the facade, and then they just gave up. And sometimes when you go through it, you can literally just see through it.
Moving to next sector.
And then it'll half render, which I think might have something to do with the draw distance, which in this game is hella fucking short. It does like a 2 or 3 pass render, I think. Like, you can see the Crimson Guard right there, just de-renders most of his equipment the minute you walk a little bit further away. But then you can see some of the shinies, some of the lighting effects as you get closer, which cracked me up even as a kid, because that was pretty shitty for a PS2 game at the time.
Roger, continue our sweep.
I've been playing this game for about 15 years, and that's not an exaggeration. I've been playing this game since I got it, Christmas of '04. So, give or take about 14 years, but even so, the game came out in '03. But I know this game like the back of my hand anyway, but now this is just an entire new level of understanding that I never had for this game.
Nothing to report.
I might actually load up one of the game levels with a lot of hazards to it, because as you might have noticed when I was fighting Metalcore, there's actually a glitch where if you hold R2 while you're getting damaged, it basically engages hero mode for you. So even if you take damage, you don't take damage. You'll hear the sound cue that Jack has taken damage, but you won't actually take any damage. And if I'm not mistaken, if you've already taken damage, it'll start refilling your health for you. So I'll have to test that to be sure, because this find is still extremely new for the debug mode, so there's a lot of stuff we still don't know yet.
Right, we'll check it out.
Yeah, when I got this game for PS2 as a kid, our system didn't ship with a memory card for the PS2, so I probably played the first 8 or 9 levels of this game over and over and over until we got a memory card for our system, which was, I want to say I got it for my birthday, which put it a couple weeks after Christmas, so we probably played the beginning to this, Kingdom Hearts, and Final Fantasy X for hours and hours, and then of course we just didn't save, so if we wanted to play it again, we had to start all over the minute somebody had to tell us to leave or something. But yeah, I really wish that I could port my logged time into this version of the game, because I think I've seriously spent like over 170 hours just in the one file alone on this game. So I'm gonna cut a little bit of time here and try not to get a whole bunch of and de-rendering going, because this game does glitch, and it's pretty ridiculous how much it glitches. It's pretty broken even for its age.
Roger that. We're making our sweep.
I used to cause so much trouble in this game when I was a kid. It's just like GTA for me before GTA was a thing. I would just steal so many cars and run them into stuff and make them explode all the time. There's pretty much no rules in this game the minute you figure out exactly what you need to do. Oh yeah, here's another fun one. These signs up here don't have any collision to them, so you can just glitch right through them. So now we're in the slums section of the city, which has the headquarters for the Resistance. But the underground is how it's called in this game, actually, but as you can see, since we've beaten the game, we now have Jack and Daxter posters everywhere. This is a no hover zone, he says as I'm hovering 50 feet above his head. But he can't see me because I'm too high above his FOV. I haven't actually tested it to see if the Crimson Guards will still attack you if you're floating like this, because I haven't actually gotten that far, but right now we're just kind of fooling around anyway. Yeah, if you look up here, there's no additional decoration textures for the ground, but the minute you get closer to the draw distance, they get drawn in. Whoops. Shit. No. Got a little distracted there. Oh, that's interesting. That was one of the turrets that engages from the ground if you're misbehaving in the city. So, that's interesting. Never seen that before.
Be advised, I'm on foot.
So, I forgot how long walking will take in this game. So,
suspicious activity in this sector.
You can kind of see it from where I'm standing right now. The textures aren't all the way loaded for the water slums. So if we start floating here, we should be able to get through it. Alright, cool, they loaded. When I did it the first time on PS2, the water slums completely refused to load, and I just got a massive black barrier, like the one that I got over in Haven proper. So I couldn't go in, and I just started glitching around trying to hug the barriers, and then I made it to about here.
Nothing so far.
And then everything loaded again for me without me having to force it, so that was nice. So we're gonna do this one really quick just to see, because I don't remember this being part of the end, but we're just gonna see what this is about.
I've got suspicious activity.
Greetings, great warrior. I sense there is a dark rage burning within you, and in time, it will destroy you with its madness. Only the last power of the precursors can save you. Destroy my enemies, those creatures you call the Metalheads. Bring me 25 of their skull gems, and I will teach you how to control these powers.
Okay, so that's interesting. So because I didn't actually complete any of the Darkjack submissions...
You do not have enough skull gems. Come back when...
Fuck, how do you disengage it? I forget.
You have collected more.
There it is, alright. So because I didn't complete any of the Darkjack Eco Collection or Skull Gem Collection missions, which the game apparently treats as a separate subset of the game, apparently I have to do all of them in order to gain Darkjack powers. So that's kind of fun. I always thought of it as a side mission in the game to begin with, but the fact that the game completely treats it as a separate entity, even though I've beaten the game, is really odd. Normally when you do any sort of submission glitches, so you get flat, it completes it for you, but I guess this one's different.
Leaving city safe zone.
So, if I remember correctly, there's a metalhead right around this little guy here. Wait. Where are the metalheads? There's no metalheads here. There's supposed to be metalheads here, and there's not. That's really weird. So, I guess while we're here...
These precursor orbs are worth a lot now. We might find a few hidden around, or get some doing difficult tasks. We'll be able to buy stuff with them.
There's supposed to be some. Oh, yeah, and because I haven't gotten any precursor orbs until now, Dexter's giving me the precursor orb info line. Okay, there's the little tiny monsters, but they're supposed to be larger, or, I think they're orange. They're like long lizard-looking things. I think there's supposed to be some over here too, but there isn't. That's really odd. One-hit KO. And then these guys are a little more tricky. Oh, stop doing that. I'm so used to other game controls. It's down for that gun, that's right. I don't know if the sound's glitching with the screen, but it's glitching for me. Sorry, got an Overwatch update on my phone. I was trying to see what it was. Used to get that glitch in the other version of the game too. A weird sound glitch. I spent so many hours trying to get the timing exactly right to get through this entire puzzle. You wouldn't think it'd be that difficult, but it is. Probably why I have carpal tunnel. So many hours playing this and other games like Guitar Hero. I don't know if it'll trigger anything here. I don't think so. There's the symbol of Mar, which served almost no plot purpose except for Ashlyn to be here. You can see the floating plants over there, because the other pictures haven't loaded. Don't really remember what's over here. Don't think it's anything terribly important. I think it's just a secret area that you can only get to with that board. It's on the map though, I do remember that. It's one of the pipes. Just activating the glitch in case there's anything I forgot about down here, that's all. Interesting plant textures. Oh yeah, okay, I remember this now. This is one of the missions towards the middle end of the game. Really clever way to handle the level design also. Essentially storing them on big maps instead of little tiny separate ones like a lot of games at the time did. I think this is the way you're technically supposed to reach this area, through this door over here.
You need special black clearance for this door.
That's fine, I have it.
Access granted.
And then I'm not entirely sure what's through here. I think this is a Crimson Guard thing. BSP Cascade. Not sure what that means. Ah, hello.
Thoughts, Jack! Do your, stuff.
Where? There's nothing here. Here? No, nothing here either. Oh, same now. Okay, they can't see me. Whether or not they're gonna be able to hit me is a different story. Huh, interesting. Over there. Ow. Ah, okay. That's important. Is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to shoot at it. Oh my god, stop that.
inside. Pick it up. You'll want to keep healthy, Jack, or who'll do the fighting?
Oh shit. Oh my god, stop. I don't even remember this as part of the game. I'm sure it is, but I went through the last... Oh god, not those. I went through the last part of the game pretty quickly, so once I got past the part I was stuck in, it was pretty simple. Take that. Oh, see, that's what I was saying before about how if you get to a texture you can stand on with collision. It crunches slice for you. Sometimes you can tell where they've hit it just because it seems really obvious, but sometimes the spots where they hit can be really short, which is pretty clever. Some of them seemed pretty unbelievable to get to when I was younger, but now it makes sense. I think it's spawning from this thing. Can I go through it? Alright. Huh, this is interesting. Oh shit, alright. What is this? Well, I'm pretty bored with this. Oh, okay, that makes sense.